Hello noble ones, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking. And what? You thought I wasn't going to talk about this? Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Nolan is making a movie dedicated to the Odyssey. Who doesn't love the freaking Odyssey? Am I right? Alright, let's check their Twitter thing. Oh my gosh, what am I seeing? So, Odyssey movie, they have got a dedicated Twitter. Matt Damon, I swear, every time I pronounce this surname, I think I'm pronouncing demon with an accent. Matt Damon is Odysseus, a film by Christopher Nolan, The Odyssey movie is in theaters July 17, 2026. But to be honest with you, Mr. Nolan, I don't know if we're gonna survive up to 2026 because people are gonna riot. I'll be honest with you. I'm not particularly impressed. In fact, I'm a little underwhelmed / disappointed with this. But you know me, I mean, you expect it. You're like, yeah, Metatron, but not everyone is like you. You know what? Check the freaking comments underneath it. Look, everyone is all about historical accuracy, Oh my gosh, we created monsters. You and I. Me and you. That's our fault. And every other creator who's ever made videos about historical accuracy, boom. Welcome to the new reality you created, in which now we all reside. Hated monsters, and I love it. This is not just a matter of historical accuracy, historical inaccuracy. I can see you saying, yeah, but this is not supposed to be a documentary. Or the people say, yeah, but it's Odyssey, it's mythology. Again, I see you. We are two different species, you and I, but we can still coexist peacefully. So here is my truce, okay? Let's see what the public says. And first, let's have an idea. So, the Odyssey first look. Matt Damon is Odysseus in Christopher Nolan's next epic. Right. The Odyssey has got its hero. Matt Damon will play Odysseus in Christopher Nolan's upcoming epic, The Odyssey. I swear if I read this exact same sentence one more time. He will appear alongside an expansive cast including Tom Holland and all the rest. You can easily swap the A for an E. Damon's role was revealed Monday morning through his official Films X account. The post included a photo of him in character and read, open quotes, literally English, what's wrong with you? Read, read, spelled the same way. Matt Damon is Odysseus. Well, yeah, we read it. Okay, the Odyssey follows the Greek champion Odysseus on his tumultuous journey home after the Trojan War. The story was first described by the ancient Greek poet Homer over 2,000 years ago, and is, well, yeah, I mean, more than that, and is one of the oldest stories still enjoyed by modern readers. Before we criticize this, okay, I must say that the irony is not lost on me with what has been perfectly represented in this comment. Of course, because if there is one thing Damon's known for is playing a guy who can't find his way home, whether it's space, Earth, or ancient Greece. Man, first was Mars, and now this? Okay, so let's talk about the armor, shall we? Now here's the thing, we know what Mycenaean armor would have looked like we've got a lot of examples here as just some of it. This looks awesome, by the way. I mean, could you imagine? Look at all the different helmets that he could have been wearing with the horns. Usually Hollywood loves horns. The one time they could have put the horns on top of those freaking helmets and still be accurate. No, I mean, if it were me, I would have put him inside this all in bronze. It would have looked amazing. I would have loved it. But I get it. Maybe this is a little much for what Hollywood is used to. So let's ditch this one for a moment. What we are beholding with our eyes is the classic, stereotypical, dare I say, Hollywood costume. Cheap, disgusting, rubbish, nonsense, colorless, passionless, historyless, repetitive, bland, inconsistent, boring, and dare I say, leather? Still, with my personal hatred out of the way, what could Hollywood do? I mean, who could you find that could actually make a proper Mycenaean, bronze, lustrous, incredible, historically accurate, and perfect for a fantasy setting as well armor? I mean, poor Christopher Nolan. He doesn't know where to go. Well, let me tell you, Mr. Nolan, you could contact Hellenic Armors, this guy here, boom, ladies and gentlemen, my gosh, I've just destroyed your wallet. This is Dimitrios, I don't know how to pronounce it. This Greek gentleman is the modern Hephaestus of Hellenic Armors, and what he does with his life is making historically accurate bronze armor. This is, look, wait, you have no idea. You haven't got a clue. For instance, panoplies. Oh, look, Mycenaean is one of the options, but still, look at the ancient Greek armors. Wait. Whew, my gosh, I'm ruined. Oh my god, look at this. That's what I'm talking about. And that's just the ancient Greek. Well, because, you could tell me, yeah, but Metatron, ancient Greek, isn't that a little too late? Well, whatever. I mean, if we are going for inaccurate, might as well go with inaccurate, but in style. But I hear you. Let's see Mycenaean. All right, boom. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at Achilles' thorax. Why can I not click it? Dimitrios, what are you doing to me? Look at... Oh, yeah, you can. Sorry about that. Apologize. I mean, could you imagine? Yeah, like, that's a bit much, Metatron. Nolan doesn't like it. Oh, yeah, about this one. How about this one? Does he like this one? Whoo, with the long hair. It's almost as long as mine. You had already made me ditch this one, although then again, I'm still a massive proponent, but I get it. It's a bit much, Metatron. People are not used to that. Alright, come on. This is not a hero? Now I know what you're thinking. You are agreeing with me when I first said, poor Nolan, right? Poor Christopher Nolan. He doesn't know where to go. Well, let me tell you, Mr. Nolan, wrong. Because check this out. And when it comes to this, I need to say thank you to the channel Leonidas Sparta, so do check him out, link in the description. Amazing channel. I mean, look at this, lots of colors, everything, it's great. You should totally check it out, because credit where credit is due, and this is what he said. This is an email written by Hephaestus himself, the man. Not an email, a post. And it reads, 2.5 months ago, I received an email from one of the main associates, very well-known professional Hollywood costume designer, of Christopher Nolan, the producer of the new American movie Odysseus. The collaboration proposal was to do with the armor of the movie protagonist, as we refer to the Mycenaean era. They had seen my related work online and thought they should present the heroes in realistic armor, and they thought right. Unfortunately, there was no continuity in communication. The result is to once again use low-fidelity armor from the dressing room, referring to the classical period. Man, I know exactly how you feel. A unique opportunity for historical realism was lost. The email is there for any malicious doubters. Let's see what Wikipedia tells us. The Odyssey is an upcoming epic fantasy action film written, produced and directed by Christopher Nolan as an adaptation of the eponymous epic poem by Homer. Distributed by Universal Pictures and produced by Nolan's production company Syncope. Syncope, you have the money. Come on, Syncope, you have the money. You can still change your mind. There is still time, okay? It says 2026. Last time I checked, we're in 2025. You still have time to change your mind, man. Don't disappoint, come on, make it happen. In October 2024, Nolan was revealed to be developing his next film at Universal after doing so with his prior film Oppenheimer, which was fantastic. Casting took place in the following months, and it was announced in December to be an adaptation of Homer's Odyssey. Filming is scheduled to begin in late February 2025. Ooh, they're starting now. That's great. You still haven't started. An estimated production budget of 250 million. Listen, can we see the prices of Hellenic armor? Does he have prices? I don't even know. Mycenaean armor. Does he say the prices? Well, whatever the prices are, I think we can shave off a little bit from those 250 million and reallocate it to a heroic representation. It is poised to be the most expensive film. Oh my god. Of Nolan's career. Where did the money go, Nolan? Where is the money going, Nolan? The Odyssey is scheduled to be theatrically released in the United States on July 17, 2026. Since they're going the historically inaccurate route anyways, I mean, there are so many historically inaccurate for that period helmets that we could still pick that would look awesome. Now, ditching all of those very, very closed and serrated Corinthian helmets because you want to show the face of the expensive actor. We heard that many, many times. Blah, blah, blah. Look at all of this selection. I mean, once again, 6th to 4th century BC is a little juvenile, we'll put it this way, historically speaking. But, I think we've got plenty of choice here. I mean, look at this lovely evolution chart. I actually like these very much. I don't know about you, but there is something when it comes to charts of helmets in an evolutionary pattern that I could spend entire afternoons just looking at it and looking at all the small, oh, maybe they made that difference, or look at that, and look at this, and look at that. It's just something that I love. And look, we've got, oh my, yeah, I mean, even this, in this exact condition, would have been a better choice, in my arrogant opinion. I think another problem I have with it is also the fact that it's the lack of colors. How colorful it would have been. A Mycenaean period, the amount of colors and the purples and the reds, well, purple people with money, but the purples and the reds and the greens and the yellows and the bright blues and the bright reds, it could have been incredible to see. Also, what is it with the washed out colors on the walls? They kind of look like they look today after thousands and thousands of years. So that's another. In fact, it's even a little broken in here. I mean, this would have been new in period. It's another. I hadn't noticed that. I think the more I look, the worse it gets. Is this a historically accurate goatee? I don't know. I have to think about it. And yes, he's wearing braces. He's wearing braces. I mean, depending. There are, in this case, it's not Roman legionaries, so I mean, depending. I wanna see the weapons. I wanna see the spears. Are there gonna be spears? Probably not. Probably no spears at all. No spears at all. Anyways, I don't think you're interested in me reading Wikipedia at you, so I think I'm gonna ditch the Wikipedia section of it. But I mean, Mr. Christopher Nolan, if you write Mycenaeans on Google search, so I'm not saying to actually go and do research and spend a lot of money. I get it. I mean, you do have the money, 250 million. Why do I even bring that up? Just Google. Just Google. It's gonna look at the colors. Look at the beauty. There is so much that could be represented and make your movie stand out. Make your movie unique all the better ways. Because this is not one of those cases where historical accuracy is gonna be boring and dull, and instead you want to spice it up with, you know, fantasy and whatever the heck you're trying to reproduce. No, sir. This is the exact opposite. Fantasy, or Hollywood we could say, is dumbing down to the extreme what would have been instead an absolutely spectacular feast for the eyes. In fact, I think Feast for the Eyes is the best way to represent specifically Mycenaean and Minoan art and armor and polychromatic approaches to life, if you allow me the expression. And because that's what it's looking, I imagine we won't see the red columns, we won't see all the people dressed in bright, beautiful colors. Everything will be dull and boring and grey and brown, so that we can all feel better about living in the modern period, because in the past everything was brown, grey and black, unless you lived in the 1800s, in which case everything was sepia. And then if you live in the 1900s, everything was black and white. That's how we just invented colors. It's a recent invention. I'm gonna drop the sarcasm now, but really, this video is not necessarily a complaint. It's only 95% complaining. But there is a little 5% of me that really wants to appeal to not just the people, the audience, that seems like now they're starting to be more interested in a more coherent representation of what the past used to look like, because they really did see that, man, that's what it would have looked like, but that's 1,000 times more interesting and entertaining and beautiful. But it's not just the audience, it's really an appeal to maybe try something new. And this is a problem that I think we see happening a lot in the video game industry, whereby in the 80s, in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, that's when people were experimenting with creativity and craftsmanship and trying to make their own works of art and creations, their video games, to stand out on the merits of the creativity, the interest, the beauty, the graphics, the soundtrack, the story, and trying to create the best possible product so that people would choose your product and love it. But now in the gaming industry, as you know, we have reached a point where instead it's a constant copycat of business models that have become sterile, and we just see a continuous imitation of the same stuff, a lot of slop, and instead the good stuff, real successes of the AAA, could we say the big companies in the 80s, are now the indie developers, which is one of the reasons why I actually spend most of my gaming time either with retro gaming or with indie. Now, this video is not about games, but it is about the idea of trying to stand out with your own creativity when you are creating a work, of entertainment, rather than just a product to be sold to the masses. Just staying in your comfort zone with something you know that will make a lot of money. But will it make enough money to cover the 250 million? I don't know. Maybe that could be a good way to do it. That's the end of my rant, I guess. This is what we have. Hopefully things will change. I'm a little doubtful, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. If you're enjoying this video so far, please take a moment to check out my Patreon page. With as little as a $5 support, you can help us ensure that we can continue to produce high quality and high researched content. And at the same time, you get access to polls, extra videos, unlisted streams, and much more. Thank you so much.